Okay, so I lied when I said I was going to get out of the kitchen. So I guess I'll never get out of the kitchen because I like cooking. Anyway, so, okay, I bring it up to a boil. I'm going to cut it off because I don't want to overcook all my veggies, okay? Alright, and I don't want them to get yucky. So, I'm going to take my jars out. So, I'm taking my... It's supposed to be hot. My heart jars out. And I have like a variety of jars here. So I'm going to use some of those. And then I'm going to use some of that. Oh, that's not good. I don't know why that's dirty. That shouldn't be dirty. So I got that. And then... yeah, because I'm going to jar all these babies. And this is what you want to do. If you go somewhere, you're on the road, you're RVing, you're traveling, any kind of travel. I don't know if they'll allow this on your chicken baggage. They allow wine. I don't understand why they wouldn't allow that. But you better make sure it's cushioned up really well. You want to get one of these. You want to, really, so, get some, any kind of pot. Just get any kind of pot. Okay. And then, any kind of pot, okay? And then you want to make sure you sanitize the lids as well. Alright, okay, here we go. Alright, so we're going to scoop that in. Make sure you put it in slowly, not like I just did, dumped it in. And you want an inch from the headspace. Okay. Alright. Anyways, you want it, okay, an inch from the headspace. Alright. Okay. I'm going to put this on the side. Look at that. Yeah. It should be so hot that I can't pick it up, but hey, ain't that hot. Yeah, so you just want to make sure that your jars are nice and hot. So and this is another way you can preserve your soups if you don't want to freeze them. So like I'll be out on the road and I need to have some soup, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm really grateful that this company has given me a chance. And they probably, the other last company probably didn't want me. They just wanted the numbers saying that they had a woman trucker on their whatever. But, and then, you know, some companies are just not nice. So, and this one's very adamant. And so I have to follow the rules. And I have no problem following rules like some people think I have a problem following rules. I used to get mad when people judge me and unrighteously they judge me. You know, some people are just, oh, they got such a nasty judgmental spirit about them. And which is not cool. It's not cool. Don't have a judgmental spirit about you. You're not cool if you have a judgmental spirit. You're mean. You're actually not nice. So, anyways, okay. So here we go. Okay. Alrighty. So, okay. So I have 2 of these, so I'm going to put 2 of them. Make sure they're washed. Mine aren't. I'm sorry. You hear that screaming? That's my crazy park. Them kids are wild and out of control. I don't know what the heck. The parents aren't teaching them. And you know what? There's no excuse. If you have a child that's autistic, I don't care. You know, you could teach your child. I don't care what they say. You know, people just make, mine is extremely, yeah, well, it's still your child. You teach your child. You teach them. You might have to spend a little bit more time with them. That's okay. But you teach your child. That's just the way it is, you know? You know, don't make excuses just because your child is, you know, got issues. Teach your child. You know? Child. Teach your children. Anyways. Okay, so I still have some soup, and I'm going to can the rest of this. I'm going to use my other jars. I don't know what happened to that one jar. Put this aside. So these are pints, and that's going to fill my tummy up. Yep. Yeah. Sometimes, you know, when I think about, you know, with this trucking industry, sometimes guys don't want a woman in the trucking industry, but the law says you have to have a certain percentage of females in there, and that's just it, because then you're discriminating. Not cool to discriminate. It's just not cool. You know, I always taught my kids, you can do anything you want, you put your head to it. So I even thought about becoming a pilot. And I started seeing all these videos and how, oh my God, how they land and stuff. That's scary, but I would learn. Even at my age. I sure would. So, yeah. And if you don't use it, you lose it. So, oh yeah, this is nice. This is gonna be nice. Yay! See? Oh, my soup. My canned soup. Okay, so I'm gonna put. Uh-oh. I'm gonna put another. Okay. Another 2 in there. I don't think I have enough. Oh, I'm gonna have to rob from Peter to get to whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and this is a little dirty, so I'm gonna wash that. That's not good. I don't know how it got in there and it wasn't. I don't know. Okay. Okay, so, alrighty, I have that. Alright. And then I have some jars down in here that I could use, the caps. That's actually soup for 2. And then if I'm really, really hungry, I'm gonna have some soup. Alrighty. Okay. Alrighty. So, alright. You hear that? Ah, they're funny. Kids are funny. They're having a ball. That's what the park is for. The park is for send your kids to the park and let them exert all their little energy. My dog has a lot of energy. She tries to take off. Yeah, and she tries to wander off, and she will wander off if I let her. Okay. So here we go. So, okay. So I want to make sure all the bubbles are out. So go around and making sure all the bubbles are out. Come on. I'm looking for the recipe on here. It says, okay, 1 inch from the top. I'm good. And then, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I want to make sure all the bubbles are out. So I'm checking for bubbles. You don't want any bubbles. And did you know it was a woman that actually, yeah, it was a female that actually wrote the Book of Frankenstein. She had a crazy, chaotic relationship with her husband. And it turned out that her husband, he really, really did love her. He was kind of crazy at first. He did some dysfunctional stuff with her. But she hung in with him. And she stood strong. It almost reminds me of the book, Dance of Anger. And the women that tolerate a lot are actually stronger women than your woman that won't tolerate. Yeah, a lot of people don't want to hear that, but a tolerable woman will tolerate. I guess I'm not that strong. So, if you find someone that will tolerate your dumbness, then okay. Then that's a good woman. But if you don't have a woman that will tolerate your dumbness, well, maybe you ought to try to think about what you're doing. And you know, and then men try to pull this crap like, I've been with men, well, women are smarter than men. I'm like, you're full of crap. You know, we're all equal. That's not true. Anyways, don't pull that one on, that stunt. That's a lie. Because I've had both men and women in my family, and it's not been all women or all men. I mean, it's just crazy when people say that. Now, I know there are men that are machismo. That's a whole different, you know. But, you know, that stuff wears out after a while. The machismo-ness. But some people just have it. It's in their DNA. And the machismo stuff, you know, they gotta show their manhood or whatever. I'm like, whatever. It's nice to look at. And then you got women that, you know, they're strong women. I mean, there's nothing wrong with strong women. And there's nothing wrong with men that are kind of soft. There's nothing wrong. It doesn't make them less of a man. And then you got people that want to change their sexual identity. Well, they have a right to do so. You know, if they're not comfortable in their own skin, then okay, so be it. Big deal. There's nothing wrong with that either. I'm just saying. But don't do it to try to be slick or try to beat the system or whatever. That's dumb. Because you're not being true to yourself. Do it because you're true to yourself. And then, you know, there's guys that want to become women. And there's women that want to become guys. So, and just because they're a little bit on the, you know, rough around the collar, so to speak, doesn't mean they're not women. And then just because they're soft around the collar doesn't mean that they're not guys. Everybody's just different. So, I mean, people need to get over their hang-ups and just accept, you know. My father, I came from a very traditional family, and, you know, some people are just extremely traditional. Okay, enough of that. I'm going to add a little bit more of in here because it's only 1 inch headspace, so you want to make sure. That's about, I'm not going to get a measuring tape, you know. So I figured I know what an head inch space is. So, because you want to make sure, yeah. And the rest I'm just going to eat. I'm just going to have, alright, this looks like I could use a little bit more. Yeah, okay. So, I'm going to turn this off, turn this on, make sure that's on. That's not going to go anywhere. And then you take this, you dry it off, nice clean towel, and you just start putting them on top like that. Okay? And you know what? And I'm getting tired of people being so sacrilegious that, you know, God is a good God. It's we decide to dictate what God is. He said, my thoughts are much higher than your thoughts. Your thoughts are foolishness unto me. So, and then I think it's man that made religion, not God. Yes, that's just my perception. I think I have enough good lids. Okay, that's good. I'm happy because I have enough good lids, which just makes me extremely happy. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Alright. Well, that fell. And, you know, I think if I had a better kitchen, I'd have more control. I mean, if I had a nice new kitchen, it would be nice to have a nice new kitchen. I mean, I want one of those kitchens that are, you know, up to date. Like, nice. It'd be nice to have one. But I don't, so I'm very grateful for what I do have. So, we're going to put that on like that.